most of the learners actually, they feel that if we have studied in a Hindi medium, then probably we can't be fluent very soon. Okay, but you are an example for all of them. So can you please just walk us through your childhood or maybe early years?
I selected 2 to 3 newspapers. Times of India, Indian Express was one of them, and The Hindu was also there. So I used to read certain stories. Like one of the page was favorite for me, which was editorial page in Times of India.
Editorial.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. I
right.
used to read the public speak. There was a particular article, the speaking tree. It was with the name of the speaking tree. And
Yes.
that editor was my good friend. And I used to communicate with him around half an hour, around 20 minutes or around 15 minutes over the call. Even call was highly chargeable at that time. But I used to
Right,
make him a call
right. 1 minute.
just for that call. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we
Yes.
were speaking only within the four walls because he also knew that if they will speak in the society or with the neighbors or in the family members, the other people would say that he is trying to make his children over smart.
Hi. Good evening,
Hello.
ma'am. I'm doing
Good
good.
evening,
What about
sir.
you? Good
I'm
evening.
doing
How are you?
perfectly fine. Tell me about yourself. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you.
How was your day?
Yeah, it was good. I'm just back from the training.
Okay. So it,
Yeah.
it was a kind of hectic day, isn't it?
Not as much hectic, but yes, it was as usual. But in the daytime, I usually remain in the training. So that was the concern. Actually, I was telling you in the morning through message that I would be occupied in the morning. Then evening only I would be getting free, so I can record this session. Yeah.
Would you like to tell us what type of training you mean to say?
Definitely. Let me introduce myself. Well,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on your channel and to share the information with your subscribers. And my name is Digambar S. Chaudhary. I'm from Delhi. I'm passed out from Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi in 2011. I completed my master's in journalism and mass communication. Since then, I've been in the field of training. So I've been working as a soft skills and employability trainer for past 12 to 13 years. And I'm with the journey of campus to corporate, wherein I'm helping many aspirants, achieving their goals, whatever goals they have, and getting different opportunities in different MNCs in corporate sector. This is what I have been doing, and I have been associated with multiple organizations. Like I am a certified trainer by Nandi Foundation, which is sponsored by Mahindra and Mahindra. I am also certified trainer by NIT Limited, wherein I am handling a Maruti project, which is called a customer service and campaign project.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an IELTS trainer as well, wherein I run a center here in Gurugram, wherein I help certain aspirants, like to achieve their goals and targets, whatever they have in their minds.
Wonderful. Great to know
So
that
this is
I'm
what I have
connecting
been
to
doing.
such a great person. Okay. So, sir,
Thank you.
now a very curious question from my side. Was your education throughout in English medium or you were from the other medium?
It was in both Hindi as well as in English.
So it was,
Yeah,
you mean to say that English as a subject, but the medium was Hindi
yeah. Till eighth standard. Till
till
eighth
eighth
standard,
standard.
it was in Hindi medium. Then starting from ninth, it was in English medium. I came to Delhi once I completed my 12th.
Right, right. So
Yeah,
most of the learners actually, they feel that if we have studied in a Hindi medium, then probably we can't be fluent very soon. Okay, but you are an example for all of them. So can you please just walk us through your childhood or maybe early years?
definitely. In my childhood, I was a common student. Like I was very much passionate about learning language, which is
Mm-hmm.
English. I
Mm-hmm.
was very good in Hindi because I was a Hindi medium student. But as a subject, Hindi, I used to teach Hindi as well as English as well because I was very good in grammar. And I was really mugged up in grammar. I used to help those students like who were not getting good marks in English grammar. So I used to give them free classes in my childhood, like starting from my ninth standard only. So that was my add-on advantages. And second thing, I was very much passionate about, as I said. So I used to find out those people who could speak really good English. So I used to connect with those people, right? And after connecting with them, I used to start, speak with them and used to have English conversation with them. And even though I knew that, like, I used to make certain mistakes, but I just wanted the fluency in my speech, in my conversations. That's why, that was my target, which was in my mind only. I
Hmm.
was not letting those people know that this was the thing which were in my mind, but I used to speak with them. They were also sometimes in doubt, like, why this person always speaks in English, and even though he's a learner, but he speaks in English. So that was my mind, basically. So I was running after my dreams, which was my dream. Like, I want to become a fluent speaker in English as well, because I was very good in rules and regulations of grammar.
Hmm.
So it was a bit easier journey for me. And to find out those people, it was not as much difficult. But nowadays, as we see, there are multiple platforms are available for English. Like, YouTube. At my time, YouTube was not available, right? AI was not available. I mean, Google was also at that time was not available. So I used to find out certain words, certain vocabulary, and certain, small sentences in certain books. I used to read child stories, right? I used to listen to the All India Radio, like, around two
True.
hours or 3 hours, each and every bulletins All India Radio. I
Hmm.
used to watch TV reporters on TV, how they used to present the stories on television
Hmm.
on different kind of concerns and all. So
Hmm.
this was the curiosity which was in my mind, and I was a good reader of newspapers. Even I selected 2 to 3 newspapers. Times of India, Indian Express was one of them, and Hindu. The Hindu was also there. So I used to read certain stories. Like, one of the page was favorite for me, which was editorial page in Times of India.
Editorial.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. I
right.
used to read the public speak. There was a particular article, the speaking tree. It was with the name of the speaking tree in
Yes.
that editorial page.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was very
yeah.
much, yeah, because I'm a being a spiritual person, because I
Uh-huh.
believe in God.
Yes.
So I used to study that particular article, and which was very good. It was very good language and very good words I used to find out from that article.
True, true,
And I
true.
brought certain dictionary. I mean, two dictionary I brought. One was Thesaurus, which was English to English. Another one was Hindi to English dictionary.
Still,
So I
I
used to
have.
mark down the words. Yeah, I used to mark down the words which I could not understand at that time. Then I used to find out the meaning of that word in the dictionary. Then I used to find out the explanation of that word in the Thesaurus, in the English to English.
Yes.
Then I used to practice those things in my mind, and which took me at that particular level.
Hmm.
Now I am. Yeah,
Right, right. So, see, we have seen a great change.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, dictionary was the only medium to find out the
E-
meaning of certain words. I also
exactly.
used to sit with the newspaper, and
Mhm,
initially, after reading one paragraph, I
mhm.
used to feel like, oh my God, most of the words I don't know.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes,
that was the
it
time.
happened.
I was
Yeah,
thinking that nothing is going inside my mind, what to do. Then, for
correct.
every word, we were underlining with pencil
Hmm.
and then
Yeah,
sitting comfortably, searching the words and then writing. And
yeah.
my father used to ask every day in the evening after coming
Hmm.
back from the office, have you learned 5 words today?
Hmm.
Which are those words? Every day it was a task for us. Okay, that five
Correct.
words you have to learn by hook or by
Hmm.
crook. So that was a culture in my family. We still have that
Hmm.
notebook. The pages are all pale, but still
Hmm.
we have those notebooks where we used to
Yeah.
write. We, when I say, means all my siblings, okay? We used
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
write those words, those meanings, and my father
Hmm.
used to ask those things not the very same day,
Hmm.
after a week,
Hmm.
whether we have retained those words or not. Yeah, so
Hmm.
that was the time. So when did you really realize that English is a lifeline for your profession, or
Hmm.
without English, I mean, you can't survive?
All right. Yes, very nice question. And there was a twist in my journey. Like,
Mm.
till 12th standard, I was in Mathura, because I was born in Mathura, Uttar Pradesh only.
Mhm.
And I completed my 12th from there. Then
Mhm.
after completion of the 12th, I came to Delhi in the
Mhm.
first year of graduation.
Mhm.
Then I started pursuing my graduation, and I realized people coming from different cultural background. They used to speak in English, like people who are coming from South, people who are coming from Northeast. They used to speak in English. They were not good in Hindi, so their first language was English only, right? Wherein they used to communicate. So I was very
Right.
much impressed about those people. Like, they are really good in
How
English.
well they
They
are
speak.
speaking English.
Even, yeah, yeah, even sometimes they used to make mistakes in grammar, because grammar, they were not in as good as they were in speaking part.
Mhm.
So, but I was really impressed, and I realized that time, because I'm very good in grammar. I know each and every rule of grammar. In literature, I'm very good. My reading skills are extremely good. Then I should also improve my language by practicing with them. So few of them I made my friends and I started communicating with them. Let me name one person. He was from northeast only, I mean from Assam, Guwahati. His name was Herdananda Datta. He was my good friend, and I used to communicate with him around half an hour, around 20 minutes or around 15 minutes over the call. Even call was highly chargeable at that time, but I used to
Right,
make him a call
right. 1 minute.
just for that call. Yeah, 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 please.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just for that only, I used to, recharge my phone with 20 rupees or 25 rupees coupon. At that time, we used to get coupons of 25 rupees or 20 rupees or 10 rupees.
Mhm.
Just for that conversation only, I used to recharge my phone.
What a wonderful story.
I was that much passionate about. And another thing I used to do, like I used to collect the numbers from of customer care executives from different organizations. Like any educational organization is there, any educational institute is there, or there is a customer care number wherein I used to get chance to connect with the counselor, right? So I used to, even though I was not in the need of joining a particular program, but I used to have conversation with them, just being an student, like I'm looking to get admission in this program, so please guide me about this. So they used to speak English, then I used to copy them out. So that was the thing basically I did. So this was very interesting story.
Right,
In my,
right. Anybody
yeah,
would think that now how things are simpler, we can say,
yeah,
like
yeah,
everything is accessible just one click away. Like
exactly,
so
yes.
many things, so many platforms, so many WhatsApp groups. I mean, a plethora of platforms are there where people can
Exactly.
practice. But
Yes.
back then, in my life also, I was also
Hmm.
passionate to see somebody speaking English fluently.
Hmm.
Because for us, like if we used to speak one sentence in English, maybe in front of anybody, people would start saying like, "Oh, trying to become smart."
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
Okay,
that was the trend at that time.
that
Yes.
was the trend at that time. Only my father was the greatest pillar, I can say that. He was the one,
Yes,
he was
yes.
always telling us, write letter in English. Don't write
Hmm.
letters in Hindi. Back then, we
Hmm.
were just writing letters, no? My father was in central governments, so his
Okay.
job was transferable. So whenever he was not with us, he was in the
Hmm.
other state maybe. So we used to write letters, and he used to find out faults in all those. Each line he
Correct.
used to
Hmm.
underline, and then in another envelope, the letter would come to us, and then we would
Yeah.
rectify our mistakes. That's
Hmm.
how we also learned.
So that
Okay,
was a great help
when
you
and
received from
how
your
you
father.
started? Sorry, you were saying something. Please continue.
Yeah, I said that that was a great help you received from your father.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He was the only guiding light, I can say that he was never differentiating that like maybe there is a discrimination kind of thing that my brother had to speak in English and I did not. Okay, so he was
Hmm. Hmm.
equally emphasizing all the kids like you all have to speak in English. So we
Yes.
were speaking only within the four
Hmm.
walls because he also
Hmm.
knew that if they will speak in the society or with the neighbors or in the family members, the other people would say that he is trying to make his children over smart.
Hmm.
So that kind of fear
Correct.
he also had
Yeah,
back
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah. But now you see the child takes birth and parents start speaking in English. Even if one
Correct.
word, maybe come, eat, go, but they start in English and
Yes.
nobody minds. So this is
Correct.
a great
Yes.
transformation we have seen. Yes, so I was
Yes.
asking
Exactly.
you that
Mhm.
how your trainer's journey started.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, once I completed my graduation, that was BJMC, Bachelor's in Journalism and Mass Communication.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I was very much passionate about learning because
Mm-hmm.
learning, as I kept in my mind, that learning is the lifelong process, which is never going to end,
Mm-hmm.
right? And perfectionism is something which we always hunt for, right? So perfectionism is something which we always hunt for, and that can only be completed with the learning only. Till the time we stop our learning, then we are not going to learn anything. So at that time, I realized that I have to work on my language, and I was, as I mentioned, I was very much passionate about learning this language, English. So I joined one institute as a trainer
Mm-hmm.
there in Southex, Delhi. The
Mm-hmm.
institute name was BSL, British School of Language.
Mm-hmm.
First, I joined it as a student, Then I learned around 3 months. I studied there. I learned many things from there because in grammar I was really good, as I mentioned. So I convinced that director of that institute to become a trainer only for grammar, not for spoken part. So he hired me because I cleared that exam, whatever kind of a small exam he conducted at that time. I cleared that. So he was really happy to hire me as a grammar teacher only. So I used to give classes for grammar. Then suddenly I was still working on my spoken part at that time. So I used
Mm-hmm.
to speak with the trainers. Then I got a certain kind of community to join over there to speak with those people. Then I enhanced my language, and then I became trainer for public speaking as well and communication skills. And then I was the one of the happiest person at that time because I started doing my masters in those days. And then because communication was in my heart, because being a student of communication, I used to be very good in language. This
Mm-hmm.
is what which is required by this course. And I was another thing which was in my mind, like I was very much passionate about becoming an anchor of TV. So somebody guided me regarding that, like to become an anchor of TV, you must have command over the language. At least two to three language you must know. Hindi, English. Apart from Hindi, English, you must know another regional language as well, which
Right.
I did not know at that time. I was really good in Hindi and English as I was so and so. Then I was considering learning another language, but it was not possible at that time. Then they said like it's a long journey. In the beginning you cannot become anchor. They would
Mm-hmm.
hire you as a trainee journalist. Then you
Mm-hmm.
have to work for 2 years or 3 years. Then you would be promoted as a journalist. Then you would be assigned a particular beat. And after complete, working around 2 years or 3 years, then you would be working as a reporter. Then only if you are good enough and your contacts are good enough in the organization, then only you would have chance to become an anchor. So it would be a long journey, around 10 years or 12 years or 15 years even you can take on some time. It can be possible or it cannot be. So then
Mm-hmm.
I suddenly realized like there are certain other things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So not going for this particular kind of dream. So let me find out some certain other things. So few of my friends used to work in corporate sector, like few of them were working as a trainer in MNCs.
Okay.
So I joined certain MNCs, like I joined IBM Dutch as a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean as a this West trainer,
Mm-hmm.
wherein I was helping those new joinees
Mm-hmm.
to help them with their grammar skills and all, whether they are making sentences in correct way or not, because they before hitting the floor, they have to speak in a good manner. So all these are the things basically I used to help them. And then around 1.5 year, I stayed with that organization. Then I joined another organization which was FIS, Realitiness and Information Services, which was again in Gurugram. So in the same kind of profile I joined. Then so I was a trainer at that time. So I got certain chances to become a trainer with different organizations as well. So then I continued my journey as a trainer. So now I'm associated with many organizations, and I'm working as a full-time trainer as well as a freelance trainer. Both of the journeys I'm taking right now.
So you
And
are.
I'm very much passionate because I love sharing information, being a communicator. So I help those students who are needy. This is what
Great.
the kind of person I am. Yeah.
Great. Great job. Great job. Okay. So now one question coming to my mind. You said that you are very good at grammar.
Mhm.
And today's people, I say not one or two, most of them, they feel that grammar is actually not required for speaking English. Uh,
Mhm.
what I feel, my point of view might be different from yours. So
Mhm.
I just want to hear from you because my channel's
Mhm.
name is also Grammar with Manju ma'am. So this question
Mhm.
has been asked many times that ma'am,
Mhm.
is grammar really important? And I used to justify every time, yes, but grammar is important because I learned through grammar.
Mhm.
Back then we did not have these platforms where I could have heard something and then I could have reproduced. These kind of
Mhm.
things were not there. Okay.
Mhm.
So we were just reading, trying to understand that why this and why not this.
Mhm.
This is
Mhm.
how we were trying to calculate grammatical, I mean, mathematical way we were learning grammar. And
Mhm.
then because grammar was there in our head, so somewhere we did not find very difficult to start speaking simple sentences, at least. Okay.
Yes.
And probably those simple sentences would not go wrong. That's how.
Yes.
So I always feel that grammar has a big role in speaking English. What is your take on this? You are also training people
Yeah.
grammar, as you said. But is
Yeah.
it really important, or without grammar also, people can learn speaking English? Being in India, I'm talking about Indians. I'm not talking about people, those who are living in abroad.
Yes.
Hmm.
Definitely, it's a very nice question. But first of all, I would like to say here, like different people, different think, different people, different ways, right? So I cannot copy up any person like who is doing whatever things. It depends on his mindset, his or her
Yes.
mindset, right? But as per my understanding, knowing grammar rules is very much mandatory to become a fluent English speaker.
Mhm.
But if you just want to go for the basic and you don't have any idea whatever you are saying, whether it's right or wrong, but you speak, then just for gaining a bit confidence, it's better. Like if you don't know grammar, again you can speak, but you don't know what you are speaking, right?
Mhm.
So this is good for this particular journey only. But if you are very much passionate about enhancing your language skills and you want efficiency, right, in your language, then 100%. The fact is that without grammar, you cannot survive and you cannot be successful. Because first you have to start with the parts of speech. Parts of speech is the basic backbone of English, right? And there are 9 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, verb, conjunction, interjection, preposition, article, right? So you must know the use of these particular prepositions and all the parts of speeches, what exactly the use of these particular words are. Once you understand in a particular small sentence, then what is the use of noun, how we can replace a noun with the pronoun, right?
Right.
And what is the use of adjective and what is the use of adverb, then you have once you have fair understanding of use of this parts of speech, then you will have command over the language. You would have fair understanding about how the sentence can be constructed in a particular way, because
Mhm.
sentence is something like it's a group of words which makes a complete sense. If it is a
Right.
group of words, it is not making a sense, then it is not called sentence.
True.
So for making a sentence, you must know how it is making sense, right?
Right.
And you can
Right.
only know how it is making sense once you have command over these rules, these basic rules, basic back ones.
Right. And today, people, I think they say because they have many things and they can listen to English if they want to. So maybe, but
Mhm,
if you know grammar rules, then one rule, by
mhm.
using just one rule, maybe you can make thousands of sentences. Thousand sentences you cannot mug up every day.
Yes,
Yeah. But thousand
100%.
sentences, like just like mathematics, if we know one
Mhm.
formula, based on that formula, we can solve ample of sums. In the same way, if
Yes,
we know subject verb agreement, if we know any rule, okay, then
yes,
we can, even though we make mistakes also, we can
mhm,
rectify ourselves. Okay, I went wrong. I realized
yes,
while speaking, I used in abroad. Okay, I said
mhm,
in abroad. Before abroad,
mhm.
in was not required, but I spoke. So
Yeah,
I didn't correct myself, but I understood that mistakenly I spoke something. Okay, so this
yes,
happens.
mhm,
If you know grammar, at least you can catch your own fault also, and you can
yes,
correct others as well. So this is very important, and grammar has the biggest role in learning any language.
correct.
Any language. If
Yes,
you are learning even
yes,
French, the grammar of French is also important. It's not just
yes,
by listening you can speak 100% correct. So this is what I too
yes.
feel. All right. So as you are training professionals, okay,
Mhm,
how do you make them disciplined? I mean, coming to the class on time, doing your homework on time, whatever task you
mhm.
have given, do you get them right on time?
Definitely, because I train professionals only. They are already professionals. They are already working employees, or they are someone who are seeking certain opportunities. So they are already curious about this particular journey. So they
Right.
are already punctual in this way. So I don't need to emphasize on this particular thing that you have to be punctual because they are already punctual. They are paying the certain amount to me, right? So they are
Right.
already curious about this thing because
Right.
they are very
Right.
professionals. Yes,
Yes. And you must be feeling a sense of fulfillment when you see your professionals, your students growing through your teaching. isn't it?
Because definitely, because it comes when, because I got this compliment from a girl, like who completed her masters from I don't know, from particular university in Uttar Pradesh. Then he
Okay.
came, she came to Gurugram, and
Mm-hmm.
she was finding certain opportunities there. So once she was in my class, she said,
Mm-hmm.
like, sir, once you speak in English, so we think like you are from the English medium background only. You don't know Hindi because from your face it looks like you are coming from a particular, another country, not from India. But
Right.
once you speak Hindi, your Hindi is also as good because we
As
don't know at
English.
that time because you know English or not. So this is the kind of thing, because I was good in both of the language now, because once I speak Hindi, obviously I speak pure Hindi words. Like I'm very much, still even earlier I was, but still I am passionate about learning, language in a different way, reading certain stories, reading certain poems. Even I'm a writer as well. I have written, multiple stories. Even I'm a lyrics, writer as well. Sometimes song lyrics I write in Hindi. There was a
Kumar.
song we used to listen to that. कभी प्यासे को पानी पिलाए नहीं बद अमृत
Ha
पिलाने
ha
से
ha
क्या
ha.
फायदा.
Yes, yes, yes. I have heard
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this song was sung by Kumar Vishu.
Okay.
So he sung one of my song, which was a 25-minute song of about Dwadas Jyotirling of
Oh,
Lord Shiva. Yeah.
okay.
So I
So
write certain
nice, so
lyrics of
nice.
songs.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, your sharings are, I mean, I feel like just keep on going. Okay. When
Thank
you
you.
said no, that you write lyrics and your lyrics were sung by great singers.
Mhm.
From there, I want to tell you, we also learned, like my father used to give us any song,
Mhm.
translate this
Mhm.
song into English.
Okay.
This was also a task for us.
Yes,
And
yes.
back then in our days, तुम तो ठहरे परदेसी साथ क्या
Yeah,
निभाओगे, या हमें तुमसे
yeah.
प्यार कितना, ये हम नहीं
Mhm.
जानते. And we used to translate these songs. Now if
Correct.
you ask these things, then the subtitles are always there on the screen, so
Yes,
they need not to
correct.
practice this because it's already
Yes,
there. So that's how
correct.
also we learned. We used to translate Hindi songs
Mhm.
into English.
Yes, I did the
Great,
same. I
great
did the same.
ways to learn any language.
Yes,
And this shows your love for language, because as you are saying that when I speak Hindi, I speak 100% Hindi. I don't want to mix match English and
yes,
Urdu words in between. This
yes,
is something
yes.
fantastic, because once I connected with a Hindi professor from southern part of India.
Mhm.
She used to teach Hindi in South
Mhm.
India. And I gave her this challenge, that her name is Shilaji. Her video is there on my channel as well. So I
Mhm.
told Shilaji, today's challenge is that we'll talk for 5 minutes. And both of
Mhm.
us will try not to
Mhm.
use a single word in our conversation. So
Mhm.
for me, it was somewhere manageable. But
Mhm.
certain words were, I mean, so much into Hindi that it
Mhm.
seems like it's a part of Hindi, like
Mhm.
school, hospital, or certain things, no
Mhm.
training.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
she failed to do that. And every time, I
Yeah.
mean, she was stopping and then she was,
Mhm.
let's think about it. And the same happens
Mhm.
once I was just teaching to a student, and then we were discussing about something. He is in marketing field, so we were
Mhm.
discussing back then. He said, investment,
Yeah.
investment. I said, do you know
Mhm.
the Hindi of investment? So
Mhm.
he struggled a lot, like, what's the Hindi of investment? Investment is
Yes.
so common
Correct.
that
Yes.
we don't get nivesh word at time. In the same way,
Yes.
I remember one story when my father asked a rickshaw puller,
Mhm.
भैया सचिवालय चलोगे?
Mhm.
He said, कहाँ अंकल जी? सचिवालय
Yes.
कहाँ
Mhm.
है? He said,
Mhm.
secretariat चलोगे? Then he said, हाँ 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 चलेंगे. So you can understand the influence of English. And yes, wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Yes, any story you would love to share where you found that your student started from the scratch? I can't say scratch, but yes, he was somewhere above beginners and he improved very fast. And what strategies, whether you taught him or he learned himself, or maybe under your guidance, and he improved a lot very fast, because this is also one of the greatest questions among the students, that how many days will I take to learn this language? Okay. So do you have any such incident? Because students are of different caliber, no? Everyone's IQ level, mental level is different. And
Yes.
then some are
Yes.
really diligent and some are lethargic. They don't want to do
Mhm.
homework. They only want to be present in the class and they want to improve. Okay, so there is a great difference
Yes.
if you are just practicing with your teacher and you are practicing doing homework after your teacher as well. So, would you like to share something so that the audience they can understand that how quickly they can learn? Is it possible really to learn in 3, 4 months also? I feel it is if they put in their blood and sweat to it. But what is your take?
Yeah, many examples are there of this story. Let me give you one or two examples.
Mhm,
One example is that, like, I received a call from parents, and they said, like, our child is not doing well, even though he speaks really good English, but he is getting less marks
mhm,
in 11th standard or 12th standard. The
mhm,
student was studying in Ryan International, which was in Basant Kunj, and he used to stay there in Gatorni, in Delhi. So then they called me, and I said, okay, I understood the things where exactly he was making mistake. Then I went for the demo class. I, gave him a demo class. Then I asked him to write one paragraph,
mhm,
and then he wrote paragraph very, he was extremely good in writing even.
mhm,
But once I asked him to explain one sentence and what the particular word is, why this word is used there, and what is the use of that word, and what this word is called over here, he was clueless at that time,
mhm,
because he did not have any idea what exactly is going on in that paragraph. But he was mugged up, like as I said, like if you are trained in speaking, then only you speak well, but you don't know what you are speaking, right? You don't
mhm,
understand the sense, but you speak, right? So this was the story. Like earlier, my ma'am used to tell me like if we go to city Connaught Place and we give a class to a child, and we
mhm,
ask that child like where milk is coming from, so the child would answer, it is coming from the supermarket. He or she does not know, like buffalo gives milk or cow
yeah,
gives milk, right? Because
right.
milk is coming from the supermarket only. So this was a kind of story at that time. Then I gave around 20 to 25 classes to that student, and the student was really brilliant because his capturing power was good, and he understood all the parameters. Then he scored, I believe so, out of 50 he scored 48 or 49 marks in English. And before my classes he scored only 30 or 32, 30 or 32. So there was a huge difference in
Yeah.
getting marks at that time. That was
Understanding the
one story.
concept,
Yeah,
that
correct.
is very important. That plays a vital role, undoubtedly. As you said
Yes,
that the people would say or children would say that milk comes from so and so market.
supermarket. Yeah.
In the same way, like one of my very known family, the small child, maybe 5, 6 years child, and the father
Mhm,
said that I have to go because he was transferred. So son
mhm,
was just requesting, Papa, mat jao, mat jao. He said, no, beta, jana padega. पैसे तो कमाने
mhm,
पड़ेंगे. He said,
mhm.
पैसे पैसे तो मोबाइल में होते हैं.
Oh,
Because
mhm.
people are scanning and they are just paying.
Yes,
So according to
yes,
him, he felt that paise, or everything is in mobile. You don't have to
yes,
earn money.
yes,
Yes. So
correct.
this is what children are going to learn because they have never seen. Actually, currency is somewhere disappearing. Isn't it?
Yes,
Gone those days when we were carrying lots of amount and then we were going to the market.
yes.
Today we just carry one mobile and everything is done.
That is more than enough. Yes, everything
That
done.
is, yes. One
Correct.
mobile you have, you are good to go anywhere.
Yes, correct.
Right, right. It was such an invigorating session, actually. I want to talk to you even more, but time would not allow us anymore. Any more questions if you have, because I didn't give you any chance to ask anything. I kept on asking. I still have many things in my mind, but yeah.
No problem. I enjoyed the session because being a trainer, it is my responsibility to answer each and every question. Even I invite my participants who attend my training to ask me a lot of questions so that I can answer, I can clear their doubts. And it was an amazing session with you. and I enjoyed a lot with this session because too many questions and I answered on
You
the basis of
answered
my
every
experience.
question so well, so well.
And thank
Audience
you
is
so
certainly
much.
going to enjoy and they are going to learn a lot. And I personally had a whale of a time because the questions which I used to answer other people, today you answered better than me. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure that I accepted your request. Actually, because of your timing, no, we were somewhere not
Yes,
getting aligned.
no
Yes,
problem.
but still,
Finally,
it
we
was
got
wonderful.
connected. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you
ma'am. It
so much.
was
Thank
a
you so
very
much.
healthy
I wish in
conversation.
future we can connect again.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
then good night.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Bye bye.